Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Joined with me, as always, are my co-host, Joseph.
Hello.
And Jehu. So we're going to talk about the news. I feel like to start the news, we should say everybody's on fucking strike.
Yep.
There's nothing happening right now. But we haven't done this in so long.
I was about to say, well, here's the thing. Everything that's happening now has already happened. You know,
we just didn't talk about it.
There will be a point in the not-too-distant future, if the strike doesn't stop, where there will stop being anything.
It'll be COVID all over again.
Yeah. But for now, we're just trickling out on material, things that are already written.
Dude, speaking of the strike, who's your favorite guy from the strike? Because so many guys are making news with what they're doing during the strike.
My favorite thing that's happened during the strike so far is, I don't know what's his name, Stephen Amell, talking all that shit about the strike, and then like 5 days later, people seeing him on the picket line. Like, that dude's publicist was like, get a cardboard sign and get out there.
100%.
That was entertaining to me.
Mine's a tie. First of all, Drew Carey buying everybody on strike lunch every day.
Yeah.
What a fucking great guy.
Sure.
You know, what a guy who knows how to work. Because I'm assuming all the shit he's done, Whose Line, fucking Price is Right, that dude has to be a billionaire by now.
A ton of money, yeah.
So, yeah, good way to use your money. And, man, early on, I saw some speech by Kraglin. What's Kraglin's real name? I know, of course, Sean Gunn. And I'm like, Kraglin for president.
Yeah.
That guy can give an impassioned bit.
Yeah. He said something along the lines of like, how he was in Gilmore Girls, which was the most streamed show on Netflix like 5 years in a row, and he's made like $7.40.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this really is a real problem.
Right.
I know, I can't remember all the people, because a lot of the people that you see out there, the people who, like the nice guys of Hollywood, the ones that already have that reputation. I did see that the actress who played Aunt May in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was out there, and she's like 90 years old.
Wow.
Which kicks ass.
Which, first of all, good on her for still being alive.
For sure. My favorite is the very beginning when the actual actor strike coincided with the Oppenheimer premiere.
Right.
And you know fucking Cillian Murphy was just looking at his watch the whole fucking time, like counting down the seconds till he could just go fucking home.
Walk off the red carpet. Yeah. Very funny. But yeah, WGA, the Writers Guild, and then SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, are striking. There's no end in sight. I guess the studios made a counter-proposal to the WGA yesterday that apparently has given in to a lot of their demands, but I haven't heard any update if that was productive or not.
Right.
But all that to say, all this news is old as shit. We just haven't done a news episode in 2 months.
Yep.
So, Deadpool 3.
Right on.
We're getting a lot of people coming back. Fucking Jennifer Garner as Elektra.
Yep.
Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock, apparently. Owen Wilson. We know We saw Wolverine.
I was about to say there are some. I can't decide if they're a hero or villain on set of this fucking movie that is just showing us everything. Just taking a picture of every single scene that they shoot for this movie.
We saw Wolverine's suit, which is the classic yellow and blue.
It's kind of awful, and I love it.
Yeah. It's not great.
Right.
You know, like, it's not great in live action, but I'm super excited they're doing it. Just like Charles Xavier's chair in Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
I don't care. Do it anyway.
Right, totally.
I also like that, Hugh Jackman kind of made a big deal after Logan about, like, this is the last time I'm going to do this character.
Right.
And I think he got a lot of shit for coming back, but I think it's totally fine. And that's the last time, hopefully. Maybe we'll see how money works out, because it's a motivating factor. But last time that we're taking that character seriously. Like, Logan is a fucking serious-ass movie about a dumb superhero. And I think now we can just be like Wolverine for fun bits.
Yeah.
And, we don't need to take him seriously. That's fine.
He's got claws. He can stab Wade repeatedly.
I think we'll still see him one more time serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I think when we do whatever we're going, either the Kang Dynasty or whatever's going to replace it.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that we haven't seen any new X-Men yet is that they want to do something with the old X-Men first.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. The rumor is that to get him to come back, he will be one of the leads in Secret Wars.
All right, on.
So that, that was the pitch. I'll do it, but I have to be a main character in Secret Wars.
I mean, I don't see a problem with that.
No.
If he still looks great.
You can get him and Toby Spider-Man,
right?
Side by side. 14-year-old me will just shit a brick.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
There's also a whole bunch of other rumors. Who knows if they're true? I feel confident that all the people we listed are actually in this movie.
Right. I mean, the thing with Deadpool rumors is almost always you can kind of believe them. Because they've done so much wacky stuff already. The only one I don't believe is I don't think we'll ever see, Captain America as the Human Torch.
Yeah,
they say that every time, and I don't think they're going to do that because they don't want to muddy up the waters there. They want to bring Cap back one more time, too.
There is the rumor that Jessica Alba's back as some of those characters from that version of Fantastic Four, but I don't think we'll see Chris Evans. The new one going around right now is Channing Tatum actually being Gambit.
I could totally, because that guy does not mind showing up for a cameo, even if it's humiliating. This is the end,
In fact, it seems like he prefers those kind of cameos.
Right.
I like him in them.
Yeah, I know for sure.
He seems like a guy who has a healthy sense of humor about himself.
This is not related to anything we're going through. I know we have a lot on our list, but I think about fairly regularly how mad I am that Josh Holloway wasn't Gambit in X-Men Wolverine Origins.
Dumbest fucking thing ever.
Instead of fucking Taylor Kitsch.
I do think...
I don't think it would have launched his career. I don't think it would have made his career any better than it has been so far, but it just would have made me happy. He was the right 100%. Person for it.
But it was from that time when they were resistant to doing the obvious thing, which, I think after RDJ we stopped doing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, we can do the obvious thing and it will actually work out.
I think the Logan we're going to have in this is not the Logan we've had from the other movies, except I think that we could walk away from this movie saying this Logan is from X2 and everything X3, X-Men Origins, is just fucking not canon. None of that happened. X2 was the end of this Wolverine story.
I mean, I can't even remember where I heard it, but I've heard someone do the position that the only movies that are ever in an X-Men movie that are in canon is the one you're watching and the first one. Because if you watch them in order, none of them make sense with each other.
Yeah, that's funny.
We'll talk about a reunion that, when they broke up, destroyed this podcast, which is Joel and Ethan Coen got back together.
Yes.
They made one movie apart, and we're like, no, fuck this.
I wonder what happened and then what unhappened.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to be some midlife crisis thing, right? Which,
It had to have been, them just trying to prove that they could do it. But they could not.
They can't,
Right. And,
America's better for it.
Yeah.
And good for them for realizing that. Good for them for not digging their heels in. And, of course, I am a huge mark for the Coen brothers, so I'm glad.
Yeah, the trailer for is it Joel or Ethan who made the lesbian road trip movie?
It's whichever one had not walked away from the table.
Yeah.
So
that movie looks fine.
It looks like he's maybe trying a little too hard to do it for the kids and maybe is beyond that point in his life.
It does not look like a Coen movie.
Right. It looks like someone trying to do a Coen brother.
Yeah. So that's a little upsetting, and I feel like, it was either A, the one who walked away was like, this is kind of boring.
Right.
Or B, was like, bro, I cannot do this without you.
Right. Well, because I think the one that walked away wanted to go to doing stage, and maybe he realized, oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, 8 shows a week, bro.
Right.
8 shows a week. We have a little bit of casting news on Guillermo del Toro's next film, Frankenstein.
Yep.
I believe this is for Netflix. I might be wrong.
It makes sense. He made Pinocchio for Netflix. So.
Yes. Andrew Garfield, Mia Goth, and Oscar Isaac.
Hang on, specifically, Andrew Garfield as Victor Frankenstein, Mia Goth as his sister, I guess?
Yeah.
And then Oscar Isaac as the monster.
Fucking incredible.
Incredible. I love this cast so fucking much.
But you know what? Also, if you switched the two male roles, it would still work.
Dude, I was just about to say, make the movie twice and switch them.
I mean, the only thing I have a problem with is I'm convinced Mia Goth was created by AI.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, she's too on the nose.
I like you guys' point. That said, and I like Andrew Garfield, but I do feel like he is the one that looks like he would be in love with his sister.
No, that's true. I don't know if you guys, I can't remember who it is, but there was a stage version of Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch, and I think it was the guy who played Sherlock Holmes in the American Sherlock show.
Yeah.
Right.
And they would switch every night.
That's fun.
One would play the monster, one would play the doctor, and they would alternate.
Johnny Lee Miller?
Johnny Lee Miller. And, I want that concept for this movie. Because it absolutely would work. And I want to watch both versions.
Totally.
And I'm just happy that I didn't love the last few GDT movies, but I'm still always excited to watch them.
I mean, he's someone who will always give a shot.
Yeah.
So this one, we talked about the writers being on strike, the actors being on strike. The directors are not on strike. So there is still news of like movies being made, movies being agreed to. One of the big rumors going out there right now is old Kenneth Branagh directing a live-action adaptation of the classic Disney cartoon Gargoyles.
I mean, it fits, right?
Yeah, it's so perfect.
It's very on the nose, but it also sounds awesome.
It's like when you make the first Thor movie. And
Right.
they actually like have him talk like Thor.
I was
Like,
about to say, one of the things I like about Kenneth Branagh is he's like, I know I like Shakespeare, but I can do other stuff, but as long as it's still kind of Shakespeare.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
as long as it's Shakespeare with something else.
Right.
the question is, I mean, like, either Kenneth Branagh has to cast himself in this movie.
Yes.
He does
Right.
not make a movie where he doesn't. He's absolutely going to be a gargoyle, right? Does he make himself the lead?
I mean, I don't see another one he fits better for.
I know.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one he could play, but also, like, Clancy Brown is right fucking
Yeah.
there.
That's true, yeah.
Either way, I'm excited. I fucking love this
For
show.
sure, yeah.
And I think he's the right guy to make it if all this stuff
If
works
anybody
out.
is, like, look,
Yeah.
again, nobody needs to make this, but if anyone is going to, it should be Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. If people are unfamiliar with the plot, it's these gargoyles were protecting a, like, castle. This is 30 seconds of plot. Protecting a castle, something happens, they get frozen in time, they're placed on a modern-day skyscraper, woke back up, they gotta protect that, that's the castle now. It's kind of fucking ridiculous.
Right.
But it's also, like, yeah, Shakespearean
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
dramatic for this kid's cartoon. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
One thing that we reviewed on this podcast that I'm really excited for is coming back, fucking Castlevania.
Yeah.
This time, Castlevania Nocturne, kind of a sequel, right? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it's like the next generation.
Or
Or,
something like
yeah,
that.
I don't know.
I think it's a couple years later. It takes
Okay.
place during the French Revolution. I don't know. This show is horny and it's gory, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, look, my only hope is I didn't love the first. I think it was the first season or just the first part of the first season of Castlevania. Like, I like the animation and I like the general like concept and world, but I felt like the leads really sucked. I've mentioned before, I felt like they remind me of just like a D&D party,
Right.
of like real people, like of just like kind of idiots who don't belong, who like are you know making
fucking their way through it,
whatever.
yeah.
And then like season 2, you introduce like all of the vampire hierarchy below Dracula
Right.
and all like the machinations between them, and that's super fun. And I love the bits where we spend time with them, and I hate the bits where we spend time with our main people.
Trevor Belmont.
So if we can just make our main people interesting, also even a little bit more interesting,
Right.
this show's great. I'm all in it.
Yeah. This is one that when COVID first hit, we were really like, I don't know what the fuck we were going to do. So we binged Castlevania, and I'm happy we did.
Yeah, I
I'm
have no,
stuck with
no
it.
regrets about it.
It's a fun show, and I'm happy it's finally coming back. This time without creepos writing it, apparently.
Right. Well, I mean, I was going to say, as a fan of man's work, I'm kind of glad Warren Ellis is gone, beyond just that he's, you know, a creep. He kind of can only write two voices, the bastard and the bastard's victim. And getting some writers that can do some more things would probably be nice.
Yeah, this would be the first season Warren Ellis did not write.
Right.
So he was canceled before the last one,
Right.
but he had already written that and they used his script. So I'm going to move on to the trailers. We'll do casting last. Ridley Scott's Napoleon. It's got Joaquin Phoenix. It's about Napoleon. It's also got... Is that Vanessa Kirby? Pretty sure it is.
Oh, it might be, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I don't give a shit about anything about this trailer, about this movie. The only thing that I do give a shit about is there's a cover of Radiohead's National Anthem, and
There
I can't
is.
fucking find what cover it is. Because it's not bad. I don't
Yeah.
dislike it, and I love Radiohead covers. So
just-
if anybody else knows, let me know.
I don't know, man. I understand you liked it, but I think that was the thing that pissed me off about this trailer the most. Like, we're really doing a slowed down, deconstructed version
Right.
off a fucking song off Kid A, the Deconstruction album.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean,
I'm with Joseph here. I thought it was actually a pretty good cover,
Yeah.
truth be told.
it just felt like a snake eating its own tail.
Yeah, it's a hat on a hat. I
Right.
agree with you. I do not give a shit about this movie.
I said this when you guys first showed it to me, and I think this movie should have starred Joe Pesci.
That would have been funny.
That would've been
Short,
great.
and it wouldn't have been so fucking obvious. Like of course, Joaquin Phoenix. And I go back on Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's okay. He's a weirdo. You know, I fucking hate Joker, but I'll watch the sequel. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll watch this.
I will not be. in
no,
attendance.
probably not.
Probably because also it's going to be 4 hours. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we already know Ridley Scott's making Gladiator 2, but, like, how different is this really other than just fucking Gladiator, but from Joaquin's perspective?
Right.
I don't think any.
Right.
And I don't give a shit.
Right.
Wonka. Would you really not talk about this trailer? Because it's fucking weird.
I don't think so.
Timothy Chalamet stars as young Willy Wonka. I guess, is that movie where does Wonka take place?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we know? Is it a real place?
Gotham.
Yeah, everyone has a mix of accents.
Right.
I never really know. Either way, he shows up where he builds the chocolate factory. It's him starting the chocolate factory. This trailer's fine.
Yeah, and look, it's a movie that no one needed. It's a story that no one needed. I don't love Timothy Chalamet as Wonka. What's your opinion?
Well, I was going to say, I don't love that we're doing another Wonka, but I do kind of like him. He does sort of look like a sexy twink Gene Wilder.
I mean,
Totally disagree. I don't know why we cast Timothy Chalamet when that dude from The Bear was right there.
Well, that's
guy,
a good point.
He looks just like fucking Gene Wilder.
But that's like sweaty kick your ass Gene Wilder.
I prefer that.
I prefer that.
So that's actually my metric. My issue with Timothy Chalamet is the same issue I had with Rami Malek in whatever fucking movie we hate so much. In that there's no light behind his eyes. You know, like he's dead inside. He's doing the right things. The movements are there. Like he's widening his eyes, but like there's no light inside at all. Obviously, if there was another Gene Wilder out there, he'd be in this movie. He'd be in every fucking movie. There's just not.
Sure.
For sure. I get that. But I do feel like the metric that we should be going by is, do you believe this Wonka will hurt children? And Gene Wilder? Absolutely. Johnny Depp? Absolutely.
Right, no.
He doesn't have the darkness.
He doesn't have the darkness.
Yeah. Sweaty guy from The Bear would definitely hurt children. Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I did not have a way to work this into the podcast till you brought it up just now. I've been on this podcast, We Will Rock You's One Lone Defender, but I just found out today that Freddie Mercury was a Jack Kirby fan, and since they didn't cover it in that movie, fuck it.
Okay.
Jack Kirby is your hero.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to see this movie. The trailer is fun. If I will only see it because that fucking Oompa Loompa part cracks me up.
Right.
I mean, everything about it is just funny to me. I just don't think he gives a shit anymore. I don't know that it looks good, but I'm here for it.
It's funny to me that, like, Hugh Grant, I know, like, reportedly is a huge asshole. Right. Nobody has ever liked working with him, but he keeps getting jobs, and I like him when he's on screen.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to me that guy has built such a long career, despite the fact that no one has ever liked working with him.
I can't wait for the press tour when they're like, so why an Oompa Loompa? And he's going to be like, I saw the check.
Yeah, that's
going to be the whole answer.
Yeah.
I mean, he 100% has moved into his Michael Caine in the 80s phase, when Michael Caine would show up to anything you would pay him for.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Not Wonka. We got the final trailer for Ahsoka, which is just, it's so good. It's all the things you want.
Right.
It's all the things you want.
All I want. We've talked about it at length before on here on what we've been watching. I have nothing new to say other than it comes out in 8 fucking days, and I just could not be more excited about it.
I've been watching Clone Wars and Rebels, trying to stoke the fires. Then they don't need to be stoked. I'm super fucking excited for this shit.
I really have high hopes for it.
As somebody who has been out of the Star Wars lore for a good while now, I watched Clone Wars years ago, which I don't remember most of it. I never watched Rebels. I'm excited to watch the show and see how much of it I fucking understand.
I feel like I'm going to try to give you a 5-episode list of
No, I don't want you to. I want to know how good this show is going to be.
But the thing is, there's a few episodes of Rebels that are just so fucking good that it's hard for me to know you haven't watched it.
Have you guys watched the latest trailer with the Anakin voiceover?
Yes.
Oh, dude. Makes me cry.
Yeah, I know. I said this before. Like, I can't be drinking when I watch this show. I'll get weepy. It's got feels.
It's him doing the dialogue from the Tales of the Jedi episode where Anakin is teaching Ahsoka, like preparing her. He's like, I won't be there all the time.
Right.
You know, and like hearing Hayden Christensen say those lines, fucking gut wrenching. Right. He will absolutely be a Force ghost in this, and I cannot wait.
100%.
We saw our first bits from Loki season 2. There's time jumping. Jonathan Majors is still in it.
Yep.
McDonald's apparently plays a big part.
Right.
I don't have much else. Looks good. I'm excited for it.
I mean, 100%. Disney is saying, "Hey, we fucked up with James Gunn. Let's try to fucking ride the crest until we find out whether we really got to get rid of this guy or not." Which I think they're going to have to get rid of this
probably.
guy.
I also think it was probably too late. What the fuck? If for at least Loki season 2.
I'm 100%. I think this has been. I bet the acting in this has been done for quite a while.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this season will be more of what I wanted the first season to be, which is just
Doctor Who.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I'd never watched Doctor Who, but just Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston on hijinks. Going on adventures, being goofy together, and that fucking score is coming back.
So
which I'm
good.
So excited about.
Yeah, score's great. And that brings us to the last trailer that's come out recently. Actually, just came out today, which is fucking Maestro by Bradley Cooper, where he plays Leonard Bernstein, and yeah, it looks great.
It's you for you and me specifically, Christian. But yes.
I was like, as much as I thought, as soon as I was like, I'm going to take out everything I said about Oppenheimer and then say it again about this movie.
Honestly, when I clicked on the trailer, I was ready to dislike it, but it was a solid trailer.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Ian's going to be on my side because he doesn't care if it's good or not. It just has Bradley Cooper in it.
Right.
It's going to be great.
I mean, look, you've already taken what I was going to say, which is I think this is going to be a better biopic than Oppenheimer, but we'll see.
Yeah. I have really high expectations for it. I'm really, really excited. And that takes us to all the casting news. We'll start where we went wrong. So we got to retract some stuff about Fantastic Four.
I mean, it's funny because we never do casting rumors really, but this one seemed so in the bag that we have to retract.
Everyone was talking about it, and it was like leading up, like literally hours leading up to the strike. So it's like we got to fucking close these deals,
right?
And so it felt kind of genuine,
right?
But apparently that whole cast we said, not happening. Which the rumor is still that they were all offered. Those people were all offered, but they turned it down. Right. And that Vanessa Kirby did close a deal. She is Sue Storm.
Okay.
Which apparently the movie will be told from her perspective. Because I guess we've done 3 movies now from Reed, so we're going to do it from somebody else's.
Right.
Joseph Quinn was rumored for Johnny Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, maybe not.
Jack Quaid was also rumored, but
Jack Quaid was also rumored.
Jack Quaid seems old for it.
Yeah, but I feel like he'd be so fun.
I think he'd be good too.
Paul Mescal is who we didn't mention last time. He's still apparently rumored. And the only other, I think, confirmed person was the brother, not the brother guy from The Bear, but he looks like the main dude from The Bear. What is that guy's name?
I know his name is Ivan Mosbachrak. I don't know how to say that, but yeah.
He's Jewish, so I thought he'd be the thing, but apparently that's just me assuming. I also think rumor is they're going to do Galactus, so this dude would be a fucking killer Silver Surfer if they went that route.
I mean, if they're going straight into Galactus, I say fucking go for it. Do it. I'm really bummed about David Diggs. I really thought he would have... Because it would have been not just because it would have made me right, although I like being right, but because... I think it would be a different voice from the Thing. We always get a gruff Thing, and that guy's not really gruff, so...
To follow up on my point from the last time we talked about this casting news, and the reason I wanted to be the guy from The Bear as the Thing is he's probably the only person on Earth I can think of that can pull off "It's clobber in time."
Yeah, no, I totally see it. Like, if he is the Thing, I do think he's good casting for it. Truth be told, I think he's a good actor. I don't care as long as he's in this movie. He could be fucking Victor Von Doom. He'd probably do a great job at that too.
So a few weeks ago, they were talking about Matt Smith for Reed. Have we already?
Oh, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, no. Matt Smith is the other rumored casting is for Reed Richards. He's apparently the number 2 to Adam Driver. The word I heard was that when the strike ends, they're going to pitch Adam Driver essentially one more time.
Right.
And
it's hard to imagine after Adam Driver's done Star Wars that he's going to come back and do.
He did fucking 65.
I mean, that's a good point.
Right.
But I don't know. I kind of think Matt Smith would be really good at
I would
Reed.
like Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I like Adam Driver a lot better, of course, as an actor because he's a much better actor. Mm-hmm. But I think Matt Smith might be a better fit.
There's this thing, like, I definitely think when you look at the original cast we said, and which, again, I think all of those people are still they're probably all still the top choices. I think they are absolutely, like, the gold standard. Swing as high as you can, hit a home run. But this other cast, this, like, if it really is Matt Smith, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and that other guy, they're gonna do a good fucking job.
Right. It seems like also, since everybody got swept away and now we've got a new group, they must be casting this as a group, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, cast people who they think will work well off each other.
Again, I also think a big driving force of this, maybe we didn't know this at the time, and it's hard to say it because Barbie came out right when the strike happened, but Warner Brothers will not let fucking Margot Robbie go.
Right.
There are now 4 Barbie movies and 5 Harley Quinn movies all in the docket. Like, that is happening. I'm sure of it. So there's no way they were going to let her go to Marvel.
They've got her locked into a Warner Brothers suite somewhere, not letting her out.
For sure. And that takes us to the big casting news. again, it's been so fucking long since we talked about this. We know who the Superman cast is. We have David Cornsweet as Superman.
Right.
I've never seen that guy.
Never seen him in anything. My favorite thing about him is he both sounds like the most British and the most American person, depending
fucking
on
American.
Oh, sure, but his name when you read it, it is Cornsweet.
Yeah,
it sounds very British. But if you just kind of like leave out the e, it's Cornsweet,
right?
Which sounds very American,
right?
I don't know. I saw a picture of him. I was like, oh yeah, he looks smart. He's a little skinny, but hey, you can beef it up.
Right.
I'm just happy that one of our main fucking superheroes is actually an American again.
Right.
It's a stupid thing to be excited about, but whatever. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I mean, they're never going to give us Bond.
No.
They're never going to let Walton Goggins be James Bond, which is the correct choice right now. But, so yeah, we need Superman back.
This is off topic, but there's a meme going around of how if you combined the entire cast of Always Sunny together, it just is Walton Goggins, and it's terrifyingly accurate.
I mean, look, I would pay good money to see Wally Goggins do a British accent.
Yeah, no way, bro. And our Lois Lane is Rachel Brosnahan, who I didn't watch Marvelous Miss Maisel. I heard it was good.
She's fine.
She's fine.
Sarah does not like this show, so I have to stand against this on principle.
I know she was the oldest person they were screen testing.
Right.
She is a brunette.
She is a brunette.
She is a brunette.
I think she'll be better than Amy Adams.
Sure.
I mean, I
don't think it's Amy Adams' fault.
She was miscast.
I think Amy Adams was fine. And she'll definitely be better than Chick from the OC, whatever the fuck her name is.
I can't remember her name. Is that Anthony Kerrigan? Is that who
yeah.
right there? And Nathan Fillion. God, there's more, too, because we got a whole bunch of superheroes there.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them all. God, what's his name from First Class? The black dude who's he can absorb any material.
I was about to say, well, Darwin is the character.
Darwin.
Yeah, I didn't write down the actor's name because I don't recognize the actor's name, and you probably don't either. But yeah, if you remember First Class, he was Darwin. He's the guy who can adapt to whatever.
Yeah.
Cool character, one of those guys like who you didn't know coming in, who was kind of a standout in the cast, and then got killed off early for no reason. And
terrible decision.
I haven't really seen him since then, so I'm excited to see him get another chance.
Mr. Terrific.
He was also Mr. Terrific. That's correct.
He was also the Mormon doctor from the reality show season of House.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I think he's a good fit for Mr. Terrific, and I think Mr. Terrific is a great deep cut to bring in early on.
Yeah, the girl who played Dora the Explorer, Isabella something, I don't know. She was Dora the Explorer in live action. She's going to play Hot Girl. Fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner. Of course he is. He's a good choice.
It's not of course he is, because he's been playing Hal Jordan his whole fucking life.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's a great choice to make him Guy Gardner.
Right.
How do you watch Firefly and not be like, oh, that guy should be...
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. It's an interesting concept that Superman's going to walk into a world full of heroes. And I think it's a great way for them to just be like, maybe it counts, maybe it doesn't, fuck it, and you can decide. Whatever.
Right.
And we're just going to move forward.
Right. I mean, I don't think we're starting in his very beginning, so he still could be early in the superhero,
Oh, I think he will. I mean, I think he'll be like first year at the Daily Planet.
I think he's basically going to be in the same spot that Robert Pattinson is in The Batman, where he's started, but he's not established.
It also kind of seems like, I feel like we're going to do like an almost all-star Superman thing. Like it's going to, I think it's going to focus a lot on Superman showing up and not only being the best because he's Superman, but because he's also the best person.
Right.
And I think that's going to be a central theme in this movie, which I think we haven't seen in a long time when it comes to Superman. Especially if you go back, Superman Returns, that guy was gone into space for 30 years or something, and then Man of Steel, he murders a guy. So, like, it'll be interesting to see this take on Superman, I think.
Right.
I mean, I think we've talked about this extensively, personally, about, like, I don't know, what Superman stories are kind of, like, exemplify, like, the selling points of, like, what we should be doing with Superman. And, I feel like the two animated movies that I lean on and would show somebody if I was like, this is why Superman's pretty cool, is All-Star Superman and Superman versus the Elite.
Right.
And if they can just, like, tie that shit together...
You lead me into my thing, because my theory for a while has been that the villains in this, or the antagonists in this, will be the Authority, or a version of the Authority, which the Elite was based on. And some of these heroes sort of fit in those spots. So it could be like an early version of the Authority before we get to the actual Authority. Like, Hawk Girl is interchangeable with Swift, Guy Gardner's kind of interchangeable with any of them, Specifically, though, I think that he'd be a switch out for the Doctor, that sort of thing. So I think that's what these guys might be. I think they may be edgier heroes that he's sort of trying to show a different way.
Yeah, and I think the rumor is the Authority is in the movie.
Right.
And I agree with you. I think we're probably going to switch out some characters, maybe for some that people more recognize or something like that. Because Guy Gardner is a dick.
Right.
And
that's like the only thing that anybody knows about him.
He wears a vest and he's an asshole. And so, the idea of Superman showing up and being like, you didn't have to kill that guy.
Right.
I think is, whatever. It'll be a good Superman story.
I mean, I feel like you've got to do Apollo and the Midnighter, and the rest of them you could just find DC characters that are analogs for them, since they're basically analogs for DC characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Either way, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's the news.
All right. That's the news. Well, what have we been watching the last couple weeks, guys?
I really haven't watched too much. So I am going to talk about one of my favorite albums of my childhood, the 1977 Meatloaf classic, Bat Out of Hell.
Oh, right on.
Which is that I kind of view it in a new light. Like, I don't know if it's post Barbie and you're just, seeing the patriarchy everywhere.
Right.
But that album, every single song is that men are assholes. Men will do and say anything to get in your pants. That is the point. The lore, right? I don't know if any of this is true, but I've always heard my whole life is that it's like it's just, rock opera. It's a story, and it's like a modern retelling of Peter Pan, except we know where Neverland is. It's in your pants, and you don't have to think happy thoughts. And some really shitty dudes will give you some pixie dust to make it happen. And by the way, everyone knows Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. That's the funnest song. It is like a really good time. It is the euphemism as cleanly and like obviously stated as possible.
Right.
There's like a 2-minute like, hey, baseball's kind of like sex. Bro. There's a song, there's a baseball bit, and then there's the end, which sums up the whole thing, which is that men will be in a loveless, hapless marriage with you if you let them have sex at least once. He goes his entire life, and he is praying for death so that he can. And so I was just like, oh, this is terrible. This is really bad. What got me thinking about it is I was listening to the song 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad. Which my whole life, my mom has said things like, you know what Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Like if I'm like, Mom, that just sucks. And she's like, you know what Meatloaf said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And then you really like listen to the words and you think about it in the album as a whole. What is the 3 that he's talking about? Let me tell you what it is. So it's first, I want you. I need you. Let's be honest. Those are the same things.
Right.
I want to fuck you.
Right.
But the third thing that he leaves out is, I'm never going to love you. Right. I want you and I need you, but I'm never going to love you. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The whole point of the song is that it is bad. We've just gotten it wrong. We've just accepted it as part of our society that 2 out of 3 ain't bad, when the third thing is the most important thing. So really, it is bad.
You've had a lot of ruminations on Meatloaf.
Yeah, I have, bro.
I'm going to say this. I always assumed the third was the butthole. but then I am prone to, whenever I can't peg an analogy on a song, I just go to the butthole.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I've thought about Meatloaf driving my car a lot lately. In the car, I've been thinking about it because that song popped on my Spotify once.
I think Meatloaf in rock and roll hierarchy is underrated. I think Alice Cooper gets all his cred of sort of being the godfather of theatrical rock. And I think Alice Cooper did start first.
Yeah.
But Meatloaf went for it a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not like a Meatloaf super fan.
Right.
Bat Out of Hell 2 is not good.
Right.
Bat Out of Hell 3, he should have been arrested for.
Right.
But 1 is a fairly fun, like, rock album.
Right.
Like, it is a good time. The only thing I'll talk about is did you watch Hard Knocks?
Yeah. Hard
Knocks is no longer informational, it's an infomercial.
So I did want to talk about. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but now we're going to talk about this.
You should like Aaron Rodgers. I spent an hour.
So for Hurt and our general listeners, we talk about this every year, I think. Mm-hmm. Hard Knocks is the show HBO does where they follow a failing NFL team during their preseason and kind of supposedly you're supposed to like get invested in the storylines. It's generally about like rookies who are like on the bubble or existing veterans that are just trying to keep a job kind of thing, and just like general team dynamics. And it's live, so they're doing it week to week as the preseason goes on. So they don't know how it ends, and you don't know how it's going to.
Yeah, from a technical perspective, it's
incredible how they do
impressive.
So the Jets have been sort of forced to do it, and they're being real bitchy about it. And one of the things they don't want to do is any of like the rookie storylines or the people who will get released at the end. So like that's out, even though that's like 80% of
the show.
Like the appeal of the show for sure. The other big thing about the Jets, for you, Hurt, because you don't know, is very famous, at some point in his career, very good quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, moved from Green Bay to the Jets this season. And the other thing about Aaron Rodgers, if you don't know, he's a huge asshole.
I think I did know that.
Yeah.
Fucking loves ayahuasca, like just asshole.
And so, yeah, because the team that is being featured gets cut rights on this show, the Jets were like, people only watch this show for the good stuff, right? So it is very much just like a huge Jets infomercial, and at least the whole first episode is just like, Aaron Rodgers is not that bad, guys.
There's so many moments of just dudes on the sidelines. Aaron will do something, which in his defense is impressive, and they'll be like, man, the media just gets all wrong about Aaron Rodgers. And it probably happens 10 times.
Oh, way more. It's literally the whole episode. But my favorite thing about it, so I mean, there's a fun bit of like, you get a sense of the personality of the people who are trying to sell you the story by what parts of it they present to you. And I think like that bit is kind of fun. But the other thing that's fun is for forever seasons of this show, Liev Schreiber has done the voiceover for this for Hard Knocks, and Aaron Rodgers knows that, and it was apparently like a big Liev Schreiber fan, so they fucking flew him out on a helicopter of whatever fucking bunker he was living in to come to a Jets practice. And look, I still don't like Aaron Rodgers. Nothing about this fucking show made me like think any better of him. But I loved how like genuinely excited he was to see Liev Schreiber of all fucking people that Aaron Rodgers could meet. Liev Schreiber.
Yeah. Liev Schreiber gets up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and records the dialogue like the day of.
Yeah.
But what's great too is that it's so early in the morning, but he's pounding cigars too. Like, his voice is so low and raspy at that time that it's just the most soothing thing. Listen, it was a better first episode than some of the other ones recently. It was better than the 2 like in-season ones they've done. Those both suck.
In-season, like you don't get the point of the show when you're doing the in-season ones.
But it just, it was an infomercial for the New York Jets. And listen, fuck the Jets Jets. That's my opinion.
Yeah. It's so crazy to me. Fuck, I'm sorry, I hurt. We're going to talk about other stuff eventually. It's just so crazy to me because every single team that's ever been featured on Hard Knocks, like people get invested in the stories, and I think whether or not they appear to be sympathetic, like whether or not, like however they choose to cut it, people get invested anyway. And even when you put in the bad stuff, you put in how inept your coaches are or how much assholes your main players are. I've never seen a season where coming out of it, more people aren't like invested and fans of that organization and like more eager to tune in or care about whatever's happening.
Right.
So like the fact that the Jets are like, we only need to show the good stuff because otherwise people aren't going to like us. I was like, well, fuck, you don't get why people do why people like stories.
Right.
Anyway.
Hurt, what have you been watching?
Okay, I got 3 things I'm going to cover real quick on all of them. First thing, the new Hives album came out. You guys remember I was really excited about it? I was not fucking disappointed. It's 33 minutes of pure fucking awesome. I cannot say enough good things about it. It's like downing 6 cups of coffees like in rapid succession. Like it gets the pulse going. It's great. Love it. Way better than Transformers. Second thing I'm going to talk about, I watched 3 Insidious movies.
Whoa!
Why did I watch 3 Insidious movies when I am
like
on record
movies
for not really liking horror?
Yep.
Well, you can trace it to Ghost. So the most recent Insidious movie, apparently Patrick Wilson is a huge metalhead. His best friend is Slash.
Okay.
Wow.
He, super into Ghost. When he was getting the movie together, he thought, look, I'm going to call up Tobias Forge, see if there's some Ghost music I can use for it. Ghost, their last EP they had put out had been a EP of covers, and it had originally been intended to be a sort of an album of covers. But he decided to basically take everything off it that didn't like rock. So he called him up and he's like, well, I have this cover of a Shakespeare Sister song called Stay that sort of goes with what you do in these movies. You can have it. And then Patrick Wilson also sings on it. And it's pretty fucking awesome.
Okay.
So because of that, Sarah was like, well, we need to watch the new Insidious that's in. But we have to watch the old ones first. Like, fuck, we're going to have to watch like 6 Insidious movies. But turns out 1 and 2 are the Patrick Wilson movies. 3 and 4, prequels. Then back to Patrick Wilson on 5. So we just watched 1 and 2 and 3. And I'm going with better than Transformers on them. They are real light. They're Jehu horror. Like, the first one is basically just a cover of Poltergeist. And then the second one is basically that again, but with like every movie that's sort of like that. That's like horror, but that like, you know, wusses like me can take. There's Silence of the Lambs in there. There's Psycho in there. It's that kind of stuff. And, you know, the third one is more just like a father and son story. But, I mean, the body count is so low in these. The second one, nobody dies.
Whoa.
There's, you know, they show people who have died in the past, but nobody dies in the current story. I'm going to give these better than Transformers. I had a good time watching them. I'm not going to say they're great, but they're good.
This is the horror frame. James Wan started these, right? Like before The Conjuring or something.
Right.
Like that.
He did 1 and 2 and then left, and then the newest one, Patrick Wilson directed himself.
Interesting.
What was the third thing? Oh, okay. So I talk a lot about wrestling on here. You guys know that. But I don't really watch a lot of wrestling anymore. I watch a lot of content about wrestling, but I don't know. New wrestling for the past couple years has, I don't know, left me cold. I kind of got into AEW for a little bit, but it kind of is like a Universal Studios stunt show, you know? Like, or, you know, here's what it's like. Mission Impossible, there's a whole lot of stunts, a whole lot of action, but they're telling a story. This is more like Fast and the Furious. It's just a whole lot of stunts and action, but very few people in that company besides maybe MJF, Samoa Joe, and of course CM Punk can tell a story. But there is a wrestler I'm finally getting behind after years. It probably wouldn't shock anyone because he's blowing up in the WWF right now, even though I don't want to push him. LA Knight. I actually saw when WWE came to Pensacola last time, I saw him wrestle Bray Wyatt. And, you know, it was one of those things where Bray was supposed to be the good guy. He was supposed to be the heel, but people were really getting behind LA Knight. And he's kind of having that sort of arc, and that's the best sort of thing that can happen in wrestling. Someone who the crowd just decides, we're getting behind that guy. That's how Stone Cold blew up, and this guy really gives off Stone Cold sort of the Rock vibes. Some people even accuse him of maybe being an imitation of those guys, but, you know, fuck it. As long as you're doing a good job of imitating, I don't mind. So I'm going to give LA Knight better than Transformers. He's got me tuning into wrestling again for the first time in a while.
All right.
Cool.
I watched a lot of things because I was on a plane. But it was a short plane. First off, actually, I'm going to take the first bit of my what we've been watching to say, suck it, American Airlines. Everything about your service is awful. But I watched Violent Night at
right on.
the request of you and our old pal Trey.
Right.
It's fucking great. It is the right tonal balance of like the I mean, it's mostly comedy. There's like...
Right.
But just like action comedy, goofy. You know, I think they do like creative stuff with all the Christmas themed murders.
Right.
Fucking what's his face? David Harbour.
David Harbour.
Very good in it. I think a lot of the jokes and laughs are action oriented. Like they're about the cleverness of the kills and not necessarily the jokes. There is one particular joke that did kill me though, which I really enjoyed. The subplot before all the murdering happens is it's two children of a wealthy woman are trying to vie for her favor. The woman's name is Gertrude, and it's a son and a daughter, and they're kind of going at it, and the daughter's family says, you know, you guys have always been the big suck-ups in the family. You even named your daughter Gertrude to get in her good graces, and the son's family replies, yeah, but you named your son Bertrude, and that's not even a name. I really enjoyed that.
It's pretty solid.
Anyway, second movie I watched, Collateral, with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. I was kind of excited about it specifically because like Tom Cruise in a villain role is not very common.
Right.
But he's still just very much Tom Cruise.
Right.
There's not a lot of acting. It's just like the same kind of very like white intensity that he has just channeled to, a murder instead of promoting films like it usually is.
I love Collateral.
It's a good movie, but it just stops. Like the final confrontation happens and it just stops. And there's like a lot of things that they've like started. Like there's a police investigation. I'm going to spoil some of this, but it's a fucking 20-year-old movie, guys.
Right. Yeah, if you're getting spoiled.
Like there's a police investigation that like we spend time on and we meet characters with that just stops midway through. We never go back to it. Like we don't figure out if Jamie Foxx is going to get off the hook for all the shit that he's been implicated with.
Right.
We don't know if any of them are going to survive the actual mob hit that Tom Cruise was hired to kill them for.
Right.
Like I don't know. There's a lot of shit that like I don't know. It wouldn't have taken much more to do, but they're just like, no, who cares about that shit? The fight's over. So I don't know. It's a fine movie. It's better than Transformers. I was thinking it's weird that anybody got nominated for an Oscar for this movie, but Jamie Foxx got supporting actor, which I thought was very strange.
Right.
But I remembered he got nominated for actor for Ray the same year, and I was like, yeah, like you could have.
Oh, that's a good year for Jamie.
Yeah, it was a good year. He won for Ray.
Right.
I think Steven Soderbergh got nominated for Best Director twice in the same year.
I think it's fair. He's definitely not the supporting actor. If you think he's the supporting actor
co-leads
in Collateral, you don't understand the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
And then finally, I watched Heathers for the first time. Which is a camp delight, a camp classic. I think one that I think we left off our list when we did our camp.
100%.
But I came in hot wanting to do a whole thing about. Yeah, is Christian Slater just doing Jack Nicholson all the time? But it turns out I read the trivia afterwards. He said that's like a big influence and a thing he was trying to do for that movie. And now I have to pay attention. But I mean, I hadn't read that before. But as soon as you make the connection in your brain, I was like, this guy's just doing an impression of Jack Nicholson. And I don't think that should count. I don't think he should be allowed to do that for a whole movie. But yeah, it's a good time. Everybody's good at it. Love Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
I had for a very short while, I had a band named Eskimo because of Heathers.
That's good. Yeah. I like that. That's funny. But yeah, I think that's it.
That's it. Glad y'all talked about real shit, so 2 out of 3 really wasn't bad.
Do we want to do TMNT next week?
I will be prepared for TMNT next week.
Or we can do something else, but...
Sounds good to me. I want to fucking talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, TMNT next week.
Blue Beetle comes out on Friday, but I just don't...
God, I want it to be good so bad.
Yeah. But I really want to talk about Ninja Turtles because people need to see it while it's in theaters.
It's hard to get, even though I think that I'm going to enjoy it, I feel like it's hard to get motivated about Blue Beetle because it's a lame duck.
Yeah.
I mean, I know James Gunn is saying, oh, it's definitely not a lame duck. It's totally a lame duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TMNT.
Decided.
So thank you guys for listening. Please rate, subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast. If you want to get in touch with us, tell us about any other Superman casting rumors that we got wrong. Or what was the one we got? Fantastic Four. It doesn't matter. Any of the casting rumors that you want to share with us. You can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies, on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later.